talk about.
No, you say you met this
Are you
woman
filming
from
me now?
you met this woman
Are you
from
filming
where?
me now?
You met
Just
this
say
woman
yes.
from where? Yes.
Okay, fine, that's fine. So my very first job was, and actually when I applied for the job, I got a phone call. And may we speak with Troy? And I said, yes, speaking, because I actually answered the phone. And they said, this is Parkwood Hospital calling, and you applied for the job. Do you really want the job? And I said, yeah, why are you asking? They said, you're the first man in 100 years to ever come and apply for the job. We thought it was a joke. And I was like, no, I do want this job. And I took the job. And my job was to go in on different wards with different people with different abilities or inabilities, and I would literally spoon feed them their dinner. Some people, I would actually cut their food up because they could talk, they could chew. Some people had pureed food, and I fed them. I fed them baby food.
And
What are you trying to get me to do?
show the cup and the camera.
Tim Hortons
Yeah, yeah.
doesn't need any more promo.
Well, no, they might give us a couple of dollars to get this podcast going. Thank you, Tim.
I do love their cold coffee. It makes the hair stand up in the back of my nose.
No. Now, go ahead.
So I did the job, and I worked some people had Alzheimer's, other people were quadruple amputees. It was a myriad of people. By the time I left after 3 years, half the crew were men. But one of the patients that I met there, I never had to feed this person because she was capable, and she always had two ladies with her. So I finally had the nerve, as a 15-year-old boy, to ask someone who was, this woman was 105. She was 22 at the turn of the last century. In 1900, she was 22. So I used to know somebody that knew people that were alive in the 1700s.
That's amazing. I mean, to think about that, what was her room like? What was it set up? Did she have any of those artifacts?
I remember she had an old wheelchair from the period of the turn of the century. She had a lace shawl on. Her hair was always up in a bun, always. She had all her marbles. That she was a cognizant woman. But every day there was these two white-haired ladies with her. So I finally had the nerve to ask her one day, because my job after I would feed patients was to go around to all the patients on the ward that I was at and drop off fresh water. So I would drop off Mrs. McKinley's water. Mrs. McKinley, who are the two ladies? She picked up in her chair and she said, my daughters. So she's 105 and her two daughters are there having dinner with her every day. And I got to talk to her about television, radio, airplanes, electricity, everything. She was fascinating to talk to. And it was nice to see somebody like that was